What's going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here. I'm back with another video. It's been a minute, I know, but I wanted to take some time to kind of deal with some other stuff that's more important, quite frankly. Um, so past couple days in the wrestling world have been kind of interesting, and when I say interesting, I mean fucking terrible. Um, I'm just gonna get right into it. Um, Ricochet is getting absolutely obliterated online, and he deserves every last bit of it. For those who don't know, I'm going to break it down real quick. Sunday was the AEW pay per view. For was it AEW Revolution? I believe was the name of it. I don't know. It was like 5.5 hours long and like just ridiculousness. Um, went way too long. First off, AEW, Tony Khan. If you're gonna run a show till like for 5+ hours, start your shows earlier in the day or move them to Saturday. Ending a show at 12:36 in the fucking morning on a Monday, knowing people got to work the next day, like, dude, come the fuck on, man. That's fucking ridiculous. It, Jesus Christ, man. I'm not gonna get into. Well, there's only one really. There's like one thing to really talk about on the actual show, and that was the fucking disgusting needle in the mouth spot in the main event. In the main event, oh, sorry, in the main event with MJF and Adam Hangman, Adam Page. Stop throwing needle spots into the fucking mouth. It's fucking bad. It's not good. That shit was terrible. It didn't look good. It was not a good look. It don't do this shit. Like, jeez, don't stop doing that. So there's that. Then there's the ever popular. But so that happened. But on the pre-show, there was a battle royal, reverse battle royal, or whatever the fuck for the North American title, held at the time by old Trevor there. I'm gonna call him Trevor from here on out because Ricochet, fuck Ricochet. I'm just gonna call him Trevor from here on out because I'm just gonna be that. I'm gonna go there in this one. So if you like me going the fuck off on people, this is the video for you because I'm about to destroy some people. I'm gonna destroy some people in this video. I'm letting you know right now. I'm coming. I'm emptying clips and motherfuckers. So just know that's coming. So old Trevor lost the title to Jack Perry. Jack Perry did a video where he talked about how this is the best moment of his career so far. And then he said how he wished his dad was there. And knowing his background, knowing that he used to go to shows with Luke Perry, his father, R.I.P. Luke Perry, I know that meant a lot to him. Being in that arena, winning that belt, and that place where he used to go to shows as a kid with his dad. I sympathize with that. I wish Luke Perry had been there to see it too. I honestly do. I wish Luke Perry were still here to see his son win his first title. That's a big fucking deal for a young wrestler who's made a lot of mistakes early on, and hopefully he's grown from it and becomes a better talent. I think he's grown up a lot, and I think he's got the potential to, possibly be something. I shit on Jungle Boy a lot, but I think that Jungle Boy sucked. Jack Perry, the person that I saw in that little promo he got, seems like something clicked and he finally gets it. And so I hope I'm right on that. I hope I'm right. Because I think a wrestler as young as he is, there's potential there to be something. He just has to reach it. So that's all I got to say about that. as far as he goes. Trevor, however, he shot a backstage vignette, like just having a fit about losing the title, and just like kind of going off because he lost. It was fine. It wasn't the best acting, and that's where this whole starts. So AEW posted the clip of him doing this online. Um, a woman named Sandy responded to that video by basically saying that his acting hasn't improved. Ricochet then, or Trevor, sorry, I'm calling him Trevor. Trevor then went on her profile, saw that she had multiple sclerosis, and responded back to her, "I'm glad you have MS." Now, I don't know what planet y'all live on, but her saying you can't act does not warrant saying, "I'm glad you have a debilitating and potentially fatal illness like MS." Like, what the entire fuck is wrong with you, Trevor? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and then when confronted about it, he basically doubled down. Like, people say all kinds of bad stuff about me all the time, and my wife and stuff like that. And like, okay, but she just said you can't act. That the video that was posted and you acting like you're furious like that wasn't good. That's all she said. It didn't warrant, "ha ha, I'm glad you have MS." Also, note, there was forgotten in all this, a guy posted something about his traumatic childhood. And out of nowhere, he responded, "Ha, childhood trauma. Sounds like you're a pussy to me." Like, what the where the fuck did that come from, dude? What the fuck was that? Like, the MS thing was bad enough, but then you did that. And then when confronted about this shit, you doubled down about and liked people defending you. So this went on for like a day. You deleted the tweet, but that doesn't really do anything because, as we all know, people copy tweets or save tweets and use them. So, said it before and I'll say it again. The internet can be forever, bro. Um, you said what you said and it's out there. And then you come out 24 hours later and you're like, yeah, sorry. My hatred of the IWC caused me to speak on something I shouldn't have. I apologize. I'll work to do better going forward. Which is the finest of Chat GPT apologies. Clearly you wrote that under duress from like somebody higher up in AEW. I don't know whether Tony Khan told you to apologize. I don't know whether your wife told you to apologize. I don't know whether the disciplinary committee, Danny Bryan, told you to apologize. But clearly you did not mean a word of that shit. The way you worded it shows you did not mean a word of that shit. Blaming the IWC for your fucking crash out and your fucking reaction to what that woman said shows that you did not mean a word of that shit. The fact that you took no accountability for your fucking bullshit statement, wishing MS on somebody, shows that you, Trevor, are a bitch. You're a fucking chump, dude. And that goes beyond wrestling. That's not wrestling. That's not being a heel. You're a dick. You're a fucking dick. And the fact that you did that, the fact that that's where you went with this poor woman, who again, MS is a fucking terrible disorder, a terrible illness, a terrible affliction. It causes pain. It can be deadly. Like, to wish that on somebody, or to be glad someone has it, fuck you, dude. And fuck your apology. And now we come to the other part of this. Because here's where the dirt sheets get their smoke. Because Wrestling Observer, Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer, all these fucking wrestle purists and fucking Ebu and all these bitch made motherfuckers that are paid off by Tony Khan. And they are paid off by Tony Khan because they were all real quiet when Ricochet said it. Not a peep out of any of them about how awful it was. Mr. Virtue Signal himself, Sean Ross Sapp, not a fucking word about this. This motherfucker went off all weekend, all Sunday, about Ronda Rousey and the awful shit that she said in the past. And how I can't believe AEW brought her in after they fired Trey Miguel for what he said, and he apologized for immediately, and it took her 11 years to apologize for the shit she said about Sandy Hook and all the homophobic, transphobic stuff. Like, he was real quick to call that out on Sunday night. Not a fucking peep about what Ricochet said on Monday. Not a fucking word about it. But he was real quick to retweet the apology. Wrestling Observer, not a blip about the fucking tweet, but they were real quick to do a story about the apology. And it's like, why didn't you cover what the issue that caused him to have to apologize in the first place, guys? Why didn't you post or dog him about the tweet, Sap? And when people rightfully call you out, like, oh, real funny, you're retweeting the apology, but you didn't trash him like you did Ronda Rousey on Sunday. And make no mistake, I am not a fan of Ronda Rousey, nor am I defending Ronda Rousey in what I'm saying here. But you were real quick to go after Ronda Rousey for some shit she said years ago. Ricochet said this shit on Monday. And not a fucking peep out of you. Ricochet had to go on this woman's profile to find out she had MS in order to use it against her in that tweet. Not a fucking word about that. But you're real quick to retweet the apology. And of course, like the bitch you are, you're crashing out on people because they're calling you on it. Because, yeah, dude, you're a fucking hypocrite. All the virtue signaling you do, all the fucking holier than thou shit you do. But when it comes to someone you like, someone you actually like, you won't call it out. You won't call out their behavior. You won't call out their actions. You won't call out how wrong Ricochet was for saying what he said. But when he posts his bullshit apology, you were real quick to retweet that shit. And of course, you're challenging people like you always do to come on your fucking show. First off, no one's giving you that. No one's going on your fucking show to debate you. There's nothing to debate. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a joke. You've been a joke. And because you're getting called it, you're crashing out like you always do. What's your next step? Threaten to fight people again like you do every other time when you can't handle the fucking smoke? Sean? Going into people's DMs again like you always do because you can't handle it? Unblocking people, then to say some shit to call them out, then block them again because you're a bitch? Because that's what you do. That's all you do. It's your MO. It's what you do. Because you're not built for this. You're not built for that. You're a joke. You're not a journalist. You're a joke. Same goes for the Observer. Same goes for WrestlePurists. Same goes for the self-made guys and all these other motherfuckers who are quick to post the apology. Who are quick to post that he apologized while not actually covering what he said to cause him to have to apologize in the first place. because they're bought and paid for by AEW and Tony Khan, and they don't want to lose their fucking access. It's as simple as that. And if you don't see it now, clear as fucking day, I don't know what to fucking tell you, but I will say it here as I've said a million times. Stop giving these fucking people your fucking money to lie to you, to sell an agenda, because it's all they're fucking doing. And it's blatant. That's the most obvious example I can give you. Covering an apology, but not covering what led to him having to apologize? There was not a report from a credible wrestling source about what Ricochet said to this woman to begin with. There was no story about it. It was done by people calling him out, clipping the tweet and saying, yo, what the fuck is this? Or, hey man, what the fuck, bro? Dude, this ain't cool. This isn't again and again. It goes to there's being a heel, which you're online, dude. Being a heel in character online is a bad idea anyway. Because where's the line between the character Ricochet and Trevor the Man? God knows, because who knows? Because he just tweets. He's perpetually online. And that's the other thing. He's perpetually online, responding to shit, and just saying whatever. And it's like, dude, you finally fucked up. People try to tell you to get offline because you're gonna eventually say some shit that you can't take back. Or you're gonna go too far and you say something you shouldn't fucking say. And here it is. You said something, you went too far, blurring the lines and all this other shit. And again, not a defense. I'm not defending you. You deserve, there's even talk that he might lose his job. And for real, if he does, he brought it on himself. Like, you did it to yourself, bro. Like, if the Gates of Agony get pulled off television because of what you did, they should beat your ass backstage. They should kick the shit out of you next time they see you. Because you just hurt those guys. You didn't think about what they would do to your stablemates, or how it would affect them if you get suspended or fired. You didn't think about that. You went for the gotcha on this woman, and you fucked up. And all these coward ass fucking dirt sheets who don't have the courage or the balls to actually call you on it. And again, like I said, all of them were quick to retweet the apology or something like that. Not a blip about what he said in the first place. That says everything about all of it. They're all a joke. Trevor Mann is a bitch. What he said in that tweet was fucking wrong. It was horrific. If he were in WWE, he would probably get fired for that. And he deserves to. If he does, he deserves to. Because you can't say that. You can't go on a fucking social media and say that, dude. You're glad someone got MS? Fuck you. Like, come on, man. There has some sense. Like, I'm about done. Like, and like I said, for these journalists, quote unquote, to not cover the story in the first place, shows you where their allegiances are, shows you where they are at. They are bought and sold by Tony Khan. He's in their pocket some way, somehow. or he's holding access to the company over their heads. Because that should have been a story off rip. Like, yo, he said what? Mr. Virtue Signal himself, Sean Ross Sapp, should have called it out. Again, quick to call out Ronda Rousey for what she said. Quick to call out WWE for bringing back Brock. Quick to do all this other virtue signaling, but wasn't there for Ricochet when he said what he said, but was real quick to put that apology out. We don't see you for the shill you are. For the joke you are. I'm targeting him more than I'm targeting the Observer, because the Observer at least doesn't have this moral high ground thing they try to go to. They don't. They're just shitty reporting. It's just that Dave's a shitty reporter and Alvarez is dumb as fuck. So, they both don't know what they're doing. They're just been at it forever. But Sack actually puts his virtue signaling out there for all the world to see. So you would think with all the virtue signaling that he'd be the one to lead the charge against Ricochet in what he said. But again, not a blip. Not a peep. And we all know why. Because he and Fightful have their agenda, and it is pro AEW. And any criticism of dear leader Tony, and any criticism of AEW, we're not going to do that. We're not going to criticize Boss Man. This is the example that shows it all. In closing, fuck Trevor, fuck Sapp, fuck the Observer, fuck Fightful. The end. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.